Welcome back. This is the sequel to the DVD or the blog before about starting a young horse for the first time and preparing them for the saddle. And this is Buhdar. And so we're beginning where we left off last week. And right now I'm helping him stay focused on me with the flapping, the wind's just taking that saddle pad all over the place. The winds are about 25, 30 mile an hour. And it's just pretty amazing how connected Buhdar stays. And that's part of the practice that we do. I don't want him to fear anything, especially the saddle or the pad or any of the equipment. I just like him to stay focused, and that the equipment, the purpose of all of this is that the equipment becomes a part of us and a part of a positive experience. So right now he's running himself around, and I'm just asking him to stay right there, and he's having a hard time with his back to the saddle with the wind, and I let him figure it out. I just let him run back and forth, and I just stayed calm and kept asking him to reposition himself right there, and eventually he was able to, but he was nervous about it for whatever reason, whether it was because of the wind and the saddle and he has too much to focus on. He's up, his adrenaline's up. So I don't want to make it a big deal and have a fight with them about being on that side of me. I just know that he's more stressed on that side, and that eventually I'd like him not to be stressed no matter where we are. So I'm kind of letting him figure it out. And so it's not about the blanket right now so much as I'm just feeling his tail to see how tight he is. As it is just about the environment and a lot of stuff going on that he's not used to. So I keep bringing him back to me, focus on me, and when he does, let's stay calm and connected. And so that way he'll keep looking for that kind of connection and focus with me all the time, because he knows that keeps him calm, and that he feels good. It's an emotional comfort, and that's key, that he comes to me for that emotional comfort and doesn't seek it elsewhere. So I'm just asking him to move around. Again, he has a tough time coming around me on this side, as we'd seen. So I'm going to keep reintroducing all these things to him and not making it a big deal. And he's definitely calmed down. A nice big lick and chew, the head's lowered. So that was key. I'm going to pause this, but keep talking for a second. I want you guys to remember how he had a hard time focusing on me there, and he kept running back and forth. And I just stayed quiet, passively persisting in my intention, which was to help him work through this. I didn't fight him. I didn't, want him to escalate. I just wanted him to figure out that I was there with him, that he was panicking over something, he was unsure about something, and eventually we needed to come and rest in the area that he was uncertain with, so that we could make that, change that experience for him. And that just builds your trust, meaning he was unsure about this one area, but I was able to bring him to that area and it become a calm place for him. And that's really key. It's really important, because that just builds your trust tremendously. So his experience through that whole process of not being certain was extremely positive. And I helped him. I guided him the whole time. And I don't want to introduce new equipment to him if he's escalated or his adrenaline is up, because that's what he takes with him in that experience. So we're coming back to the saddle, and I'm going to get ready to put the actual saddle pad on. And the saddle for the first time. He's never been saddled. He's never been through any of these exercises. I'm making sure that there aren't any sharp pieces of hay or burrs or anything that might cause any discomfort. He's fine with all of that. Beautiful how he's got his ear and his eye on me, and I'm constantly loving on him and reassuring him, because I know that that's what he's used to in our experience together. So it's lots of consistency. Tons of consistency. And his ears are, his eyes and his ears, as you can see often throughout this filming, are paying attention to a lot of the wind, but he's connected. I mean, sometimes his ears are going back and forth because he's hearing and listening to a lot of noises. So I'm going to make sure that with that movement, he's okay. And he's not, and that's okay. I'm standing on the lead rope. This is all part of it. I'm just going to keep reassuring him that he's okay with this movement. This is really key. So just keep reassuring him. Make this a positive experience. Positive experience. Yep. Just positive. Yep. He's paying attention. Oh, he's being wonderful right now. And there he goes. It's okay. We're breathing. I make sure I breathe. So the whole process of starting your own horse and training your own horse is you cannot feed into their anxiety. You've got to remain calm, and your clarity and your intention and the purpose of this has got to be so clear, so that he can rely on you. So you can't get emotional, can't take these things personal. That's to be expected. Him not being totally 100% sure of this huge object on his back. So I'm just going through the process of reassuring him as often as I can. He'll get used to this when we start moving around with the saddle. So I could stand there, for half an hour throwing that saddle up and down, up and down, up and down. But I know through my experience that that's more desensitizing, and he doesn't need that. He just needs to know that he needs to be able to associate this experience with something positive. I just helped him lower his head, release, calm, the calm down cue basically, and lick and chew. So I'm just helping to change his mindset. I want the entire experience of this to be so positive and soft. I take my time with all of this. I got an eye on him. I know when his head's going to raise. Right now, he's still very relaxed, and I know that he's not shut down because his ears are moving and he's paying attention, and I'm going to keep checking in with him. He's never had a girth. I do not start young horses by putting ropes around their bellies to get them used to this. You shouldn't have to, and they're not going to like that tight pressure. The rope around their belly is extreme pressure versus the width of a girth and the shimmying, the pulling of the straps, the leather there is such an easy process, and the pressure of the width of the girth allows the pressure to be spread out and not so intensified like the thinness of a rope around his belly. And of course it's going to create a bucking strap on any horse, and it's all in how you use it. So just don't go there. He's never had this done. I've got my wide eye on him. I know exactly where he is. And I would not be saddling him if I felt that he had the propensity to buck or blow. This process is going so smoothly and so quickly, everyone, because I understand my horse. And do you think I'd be on the ground right now if I really thought that he was going to blow? No, I know the nature of this horse, number one, and I've put him through some ritualistic exercises that every horse goes through to test him, not blow him. And so far, he's passed the test as far as being calm, natured, and a thinker, and he easily joins up, meaning he seeks my comfort. He seeks me as a partner and a leader right now. He's checking the saddle out on the other side. I'm smiling because I know it. I can see it without looking at him directly. And that's great. I want them to be curious, because if they're not curious, then they're kind of stoic and shut down because of fear. And that's what can create a bucking horse. I want him to be part of this process. I want him engaged. I want him thinking. I want him asking questions. He's doing a lot of licking and chewing right now. That is excellent. So just because your horse can stand there stoically and not move his feet and have his head drop to the ground does not mean that your horse accepts this. So you've got to understand how to read horse behavior. He's been blinking, the ears have been moving, he's been watching me, he's been licking and chewing, he checked in with the saddle. All of these signs tell me that he is there with me, that he is right there. He hasn't gone somewhere else. And when they go somewhere else and you start walking them around with that saddle, they're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is on my back? And they blow. So this is beautiful. So we're just doing some nice, quiet movement. Same lunging, same things, same consistency that we did before the saddle. And I just asked him out of my space. I couldn't be happier. Thank you. Look forward to the next week.